Hi everyone, good morning. We're just waiting for the other participants who are logged in to quickly connect back. And we'll be starting off with class. So today I don't really have a PowerPoint because I want to teach everything in practical. So all those people who don't really, who are going to practice with me can open their Photoshop and keep. Okay, and I will be giving up steps and explanation as in when I go forward with it, so that maybe probably you can keep a notebook handy to note down things. Okay, since we don't have a PowerPoint, in case if you feel like there's something you want me to repeat or note down, you can just let me know, so I will repeat it for you guys. Okay. Rupal, do we need to wait for more people or should we start? It's already 10:04.
Ma'am, we can start.
Okay, we can start, right? Cool. Okay, thanks. So just give me a second. Right. Okay. Now, those people who had, if I'm not sure whether you all have all received it, but I had given a link for the resources that we're going to use in Photoshop for this week. Okay. And if you see, I had given a couple of image files. Okay, which we can incorporate here. So I would like you to go to File, Open. All right, from here you can choose the wherever your resources files are. So let me just quickly locate mine. Resource source files. Okay, so here you will find my layer files. Okay, in your files, this will be the file, my file layers. My file layers. This will be the file. You can probably open this file. And this will actually help you to get through the basics of the very first part of what exactly you need to understand when you speak of image editing is something called as layers. Okay, so if in case you are not able to see the layers panel up here, okay, I've just changed my theme to gray so that it's easy for me to understand. You will find it here, and if in case you're not able to find it here, press F7 to locate it. F7 to get the layers panel up here in case if it is not there. Okay, so you'll find the layers panel, and this layers panel is basically like a transparent sheet of artwork wherein what you can do is, without indulging with the other factors which are there, you can call on this layer factor, which will show up something on the screen. So that's basically what you mean when you say layers. Okay, now when you say about various kinds of layers which are there, uh, Shreya, can you be specific of what you want? We don't want to waste time. Okay, cool. So can I quickly move forward? I think that was a disruption from them. All right. So I was talking about various kinds of things over layers and what exactly do you mean when you say layers? Okay. See, as I mentioned, layer is a transparent sheet, I can say, of artwork. Okay. And usually, where do you use layers? When you want to perform 2 to 3 actions together. Okay. So what you want to do is you want a certain thing will be shown on the top, then something behind, something like that. So on top of each other, if you want various kinds of artworks to be presented, you use layers. Okay, this is a very, very, I can say, common factor in Photoshop, wherein there is not exactly a, you can say, predefined definition for layer, but in simple terms, it's a level, okay, on which you can place your image or your graphic. If you're working on something, it's called as a graphic. If it's a ready-made image like this one, it's called as an image. Okay, you can call it also as stacks of different levels placed one on top of the other. Now, why am I mentioning all this is people who are noting down can maybe decide what they will remember and note that point down. Okay, fine. Now when I speak of Photoshop layers have something called as channels, wherein you can modify your images, add some text. If you want to change some colors, you can put colors. If you want to put, like, 2 pictures on the same page, or you want to do more without actually modifying the original photo, you can use layers panel. Okay, when you say layers panel, there are multiple things which are available. One is opacity, and also I'll come to all that part. But before that, I just want to explain what do I mean when I say channels. Okay, you move to this channel section up here, channel section. You will find there is RGB. So this image is actually a mixture of different shades of red, of green, of blue. Okay, and when I say RGB in this format, I mean that there is something called as grayscale. Let me just quickly explain it to you. Okay, suppose if I just want to see the green element. Yeah, Palak, surely, Palak, I don't mind. If you see right now, what has happened is I clicked on the green eye and I removed the eye for red and blue. What happened? I got the image in a grayscale color. Okay. Now, what this means is, if you observe very closely, there is a darker shade of gray here, lighter darker shade of black here, lighter shade of black, a little bit of white, a little bit of darker gray shade here. What has happened is my Photoshop is trying to be very smart. It is actually showing you those places where green is present in the photo. Okay, and it is actually highlighting. So जहाँ पे black दिख रहा है ना, that means more content of green is present in that area, and जहाँ पे white दिख रहा है, that means less content of green is present in that area. Okay, now I'll show you how much content of red is present in this area. So what I will do, I'll quickly move to the red section. So if there was only green and red, so this is basically how much red is present in the area. Okay, and similarly, this is how much the blue is present in the area. So I'll just select blue, I'll remove red. So this is how much blue is present in the area. So when I say when I say RGB, what happens is mixture of red, green and blue can be shown up. Okay, how much of red, how much of green and how much of blue is present. Now if suppose I remove the blue section, I'll be able to see without blue at all, my image will look like this. Okay, if there is no tint of blue anywhere in the image would actually look like this. Similarly, if there was no let's say for example red in the image without red would look like this. No reds at all, red tint removed completely from the image. This is how it will look. Okay, and similarly if I say green tint completely removed from the image, this is how the image would look. Am I clear with this? This is called as channels. Each layer or each image actually has a blend of red, green and blue, which is the main you can say primary colors for digital media. And from here you can go about and modify, suppose how much of red, how much of green, how much of blue is present, and if I want to tweak with those things, I can actually modify it from the channel section. Okay, apart of this, all the three together combined is making this image. Okay, so I can go to the layers panel and here I get to see this background image. And if I want to go through details, then I can go to channels and I'll be able to see how much red, how much green and how much blue is present. Clear so far? Palak, do you need me to repeat what was layers? Okay, Palak, if you are noting it down, layers is stacks of different levels of graphics on an artwork. Layers is stacks of different level for, I can say, placement of graphic on an artwork. Where can you find channels? Chandni, it's right besides layers. Right besides layers, you will find channels. Great. Okay. Now let's try to do something up here. I just showed you or explained you what is layers and what is channels so far. Okay. Now I will show you the basic tools of magic editing which are there in Photoshop. Okay. What I want you to do is quickly duplicate the layer. Duplicate means create one more copy of the same layer so that I can work on it. Okay. How do you duplicate a layer? You go to the background section here in the layers panel. Right click up here. Right click and say duplicate layer. You'll find an option called duplicate layer. Okay, right click on the background and say duplicate layer. Rename this layer as auto tone. Rename this layer as auto tone. So you will find two layers now. There will be one background layer and there will be one layer which is called auto tone. Okay, am I clear? I simply went on the background layer. I did right click here and I said duplicate layer. When I clicked on duplicate layer, I went here and I renamed this to auto tone and I clicked OK. Done? Okay. Now what I want to do is, see, Photoshop has actually 3 auto commands which are usually best suited for those you can say less important images. Yeah, why do you need to duplicate layer? Palak, I will just explain you in a while because I'm actually teaching auto tone. When I do this now, you will understand why I duplicated the layer. Okay. You duplicate a layer usually to create one more copy of the same layer. Okay, Palak. Okay, suppose there is a background and I want to create one more copy of the same thing, then you can go about and duplicate layer, right? Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to go about with auto tone. So usually, you need to have a little knowledge of what's actually going on behind the scenes to understand why auto tone or auto color or auto contrast would make sense. So I mentioned about these color channels, right? I mentioned about red, green, and blue as three color channels. Okay, now these are also called as primary colors of light, wherein if I mix, red, green, and blue equally, I'll get pure white, right? Okay, black is, I can say, the complete absence of red, green, or blue. Okay, then suppose, for example, if I mix red and green, I get yellow. I think I have explained all these things, so I'll not get into the depths of that. But you can actually mix Photoshop if it's mixing colors. It does that using something called as a channel, right? Okay, now let me just quickly move forward to what auto tone has to do. So what I will do is I will go to the auto tone layer, select this auto tone layer. So how do you know it's selected? The color will change. Okay, in my case, I'm getting to see a bluish shade of color. You will be able to see a gray color up here. Okay, so that exactly is what auto color will help you to do. So it's very, very similar, or auto tone would also help you to do the same thing. Okay, what exactly will auto tone do is it will darken the darkest pixels to pure black, and it will lighten the lightest pixels to pure white. What do I mean? Let's try it out. I'll go to Drashti, what is the issue you're facing? You can just type down your issue in the meanwhile so that I would come to know. Okay, moving to the image section. Here are three options: auto tone, auto contrast, auto color. Okay, just click on image on the top. I clicked on the image on the top. Okay, the image tab. And out here you will find auto tone, auto contrast, auto color. Click on auto tone. There is a change in the image. How do you know? Now this is the reason why duplicate layer helps. You turn off the eye for the original auto tone. This is the original image. Turn on the eye to see auto tone effect. Without auto tone, with auto tone. Okay, what has auto tone done, ma'am? Auto tone is very, very similar a concept to auto contrast. I'll come to auto contrast also once you understand this. Auto tone will darken the darkest pixels to black. Observe, wherever there was dark pixels, it is transferring that part to black color. Also, whichever are lightest pixels, light pixels on the top, sky color, it is converting that to pure white. Okay, and whichever are other pixels, not light, not dark, it is actually redistributing all the tonal values between them. Okay, so this is actually done on channel basis. That means, like, if I say red, green, and blue, those three channels, each channel will receive their own separate, you can say, boost in contrast. Okay, so what Photoshop does is it's actually using the brighter values or the brightness value of each color channel to kind of determine how much each color has to mix in order to get the full color version. Okay, so that's basically what or how the colors are mixed together. Okay, it doesn't boost overall, but it's actually boosting channel by channel. Okay, Drashti, what I need you to do is you have to right click on your image, open it in Paint, open the same image in Paint. Okay, then say file, save as JPEG format. Okay, save it as that format and then try to call it back on Photoshop. Again, what did I say? I say go to Paint, file, save as. Okay, maybe you can rename the file if you want to rename it, and save it as a JPEG format. Few people face this issue. This is for in common ever if any time on Photoshop any photo doesn't load. You reopen the same photograph on Paint, file, save as JPEG format, and call that photo on your Photoshop. Right? Okay, are we clear? Great. Sidra, you were asking me what auto tone does. I will quickly repeat that. Autotone channel by channel will darken the darkest pixels to pure black and lighten the lightest pixels to pure white. That is what autotone does, Sidra. Okay, and in the middle, if there are any other tonal values, it is going to redistribute them to the best contrast possible. Okay, so it basically will give a boost to your image. That is the reason why autotone can be used in any image, Sidra. Now I'll give you an example. Where should I use autotone? If you feel that your image has a, you can say, very unwanted color casting, okay, and you want to make sure that, you want to make the image kind of, you can say, pop up, then you can use autotone. Okay, Sidra? So this is without the autotone, it looks a little dull, and with autotone, it actually kind of, improves the contrast. Okay, I think this is very much clear. Let's move forward again. I'll go again to the background layer, right click up here and say duplicate layer. Second time I'm doing duplicate layer on the background layer. Remember, background layer, select the background layer again and click on duplicate layer. This time rename this as auto contrast. Okay, so I did auto tone. Now I will do auto contrast. Auto contrast is very, very basic. So now see, if you want to understand auto contrast now, you will have to eye off auto tone. Eye off auto tone. Change the visibility of auto tone to hidden visibility. Okay, that means that layer will not be visible. Right now I can see two layers. One is auto contrast, one is background. Can I just quickly mute? I think there is someone who's on unmute. Yeah, cool. Okay, so I mentioned about auto contrast. I just quickly went on the background layer and I did right click on the background layer. Okay, I said duplicate layer and I renamed the new layer to auto contrast and click OK. All right, so I got a layer for auto contrast. Okay, and I off the layer for auto tone for my understanding. I off auto tone and I will keep auto contrast on and background on. Now what you do is you click on this auto contrast, go to image and select auto contrast up here. Image, select auto contrast option. Okay, so here is auto contrast. Now ma'am, it looks similar to auto tone, but it's not exactly same. I'll tell you why. Auto contrast is one of the most, I can say, basic or straightforward way of all the three forms of color channels which are there. Okay, it will simply, it will not consider red, green or blue. In general, it will just boost the contrast and give it to you. Okay, it is just if you feel that your photo is not having any kind of color problems, but you want to enhance the photograph, then you can use auto contrast directly. Okay, so auto contrast versus auto tone has a slot difference. Auto tone will yeah, it looks similar. Palak, I agree to that. In fact, I'll show you the third one also. You'll find that also similar. So what you need to do, Palak, is you need to know all the three of them. Okay, put them on the image and then see which one looks best on your image. That's what we usually do, Palak. Okay, that what we will do is we'll create three of them. We'll do auto tone, auto contrast, and auto color. And what we will do is we'll put all the three layers. We'll eye off each of them and understand which one looks good. Okay, which one is best, you can retain that, and other two you can remove. Okay, okay. So auto contrast will simply boost up the image in general. It will not consider the reds, greens and blues. It will not consider channel wise. In general, it will boost the image and give. But if I want channel wise, red also boosted in separate, purest red to black and lightest red to white, all of those things. If you want to do individually on each color, you use auto tone. So auto tone, eye on, eye off. This is auto contrast. You can see a difference. I'm not sure whether, I think you can do it on your computer, on off tone and contrast to see the difference. There is a slight difference, Palak. And you see contrast and original, you'll find a lot of difference. Okay. So Palak, the primary colors of light is red, green and blue. When you mix RGB, you'll get pure white. Okay, so you don't choose a red, green, blue actually, Palak. Photoshop will choose it for you because these three are primary colors of light. They're called addictive colors. So adding these three colors will give you white. And all images have white. So yeah. Okay, fine. Moving to the third section, ma'am, while editing, we don't try all the three and then choosing the best one is an extensive. Not really, I'll tell you why. Because if you actually want to edit layers now, it's very simple. Right now, I'm going all the image and showing you in these ways. But usually, it's very simple: Shift Control L, Shift Control V, or Shift Control L. So people use shortcut very, very, very commonly in Photoshop. Okay, where people don't really go to image and do it and also it's just Control J, Shift Control L, auto tone done. Control J, Shift Control B, auto color done. So it's very, very like I can say if you want me to do it in the shortcut way, the way actually graphics designers go about with it. So I'll do Control J to duplicate the layer, background copy created automatically. Control J to duplicate a layer, background copy will get created automatically. Then do Shift Control B for auto color. Okay, you eye of these two, and this is auto color image. All right. Right. Okay. So that's what basically is there. Short forms, yes, Mehek, I will be sharing a link with you guys wherein all the details of short forms are given. But mugging up all the short forms at such an initial stage is not what I would recommend, Mehek. Okay. In fact, what I would do is I would tell you focus on the concept. And as and when it goes forward, you can actually go about it. You can't find any difference in auto tone and background. There is a lot of difference. Just a second. Let me just quickly first delete this layer. Okay, so how do you delete a layer? You drag the layer to the dustbin. There is a dustbin below. Okay, on the bottom right, you will be able to find a dustbin icon. You can drag the layer to the dustbin icon. Okay, now auto tone and background. Khushbu, just check if in your computer the eye is on. Check if the eye is on for this option. Yeah, cool. Okay, so let me go forward with that. I think I did auto tone, auto contrast. Without shortcuts, if I have to do auto color, how do I do it? Right click, duplicate layer, select auto color. Okay, so I came to auto color. Now go image and select auto color. So this is auto color. Now auto color, I want to eye of it, check the difference between background color, auto color. Right? Okay. Ma'am, what exactly does auto color do? So auto color is basically a kind of tool which is very similar to auto tone, wherein on channel by channel basis again I am doing it, but auto color it will go a step further than your auto tone. Okay, rather than simply redistributing all the other tonal values in the between, it will try to correct all the unwanted color cast. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to neutralize the midtones. Okay, now what do I mean by midtones? So see, there are three kind of concepts up here. There is highlights, which are all the bright colors can be put under highlights. So here the sky color, the mid sky color, you can see in the very middle of the image, you'll be able to see a sky color which is pure white. That is called as a highlight. Okay, on the bottom right, the kind of black that you can see is actually called as a shadow. And all the colors in the middle can be called as midtones. Okay, so difference in auto tone and auto color is basically in auto color, what I'm doing is I am neutralizing all the midtones. Okay, so this is like not usually, but this makes auto color one of the best choices that people want in case if you want to correct the color problems and also boost contrast together. Palak, it depends from image to image. All the three, all suppose if I do the same thing on another image, you might find another tool like maybe auto contrast much better than auto tone and auto color. Okay, it completely depends on image to image. How much of red green blue is present in that image, it will depend on that. So you can't really say auto color is best or auto tone is best. It depends from image to image. So what you should do is you should create eye on for all the three layers. Okay, see how exactly it's looking. So suppose with auto tone it looks like this. Okay, just a second. With auto tone like this, background is like this. Choose if auto tone is looking good. Versus auto contrast looks like this. See if auto contrast is your choice. Okay. Versus suppose if I know auto contrast is not looking that great, let's try auto color. Then whichever you like, you can choose. And then you can delete on the unwanted layers. Am I clear with all the three types? Auto tone, auto contrast, auto color. Meanwhile, anytime you want to duplicate a layer, Control J is the shortcut. All right. Let me just quickly move to one more topic since we have some time. We've done this my file layers, right? There is one more file in the resources. If you open and check, just give me a second. Yeah. Okay, there's one more file in the resources section. Let me just open it for you guys. I'll close this file. If you want to save the file, you can save it. Otherwise, it's okay. I will also, recommend you guys to practice one file which is similar to this one. Same way you have to do it. Okay, go to the resources section up here. Just give me a second. Yeah. Okay, out here you will be able to find my files layers practice. This image which looks like a flower. Okay, I want you guys to practice on this file. You can quickly bring it to Photoshop, drag and drop it to Photoshop, or you can go file, open and open it on Photoshop. And you have to practice all the three of them: auto color, auto tone, and auto, contrast. And what I want you to do is on my file. Palak, is my video lagging? I'm not sure because I'm not. I'm on the same network as my phone. This okay? It's not lagging for you. Palak, probably it's your network. Just check on your end because others are saying it's very much clear. Okay, fine. You couldn't see the previous step. Okay, Natasha. In the previous step, I just did file, open, and I opened this image, Natasha. The way you opened the earlier image, you open this image as well. Okay, cool. So like I can go ahead with that. I mentioned about this image. I want you guys to practice auto contrast, auto color, and auto tone on this image. And whichever looks best according to you, you need to add that on your frame. So suppose, for example, if I'm saying, I'll go image and in my file originally, where is my original file? 1 second. Okay, so here is my file. Here, this is my original file. Okay, this is my original file, right? I just opened the second image. This file was already open. You might have a few layers up here, which was, you had auto tone, auto color, auto enhance. Now, suppose, for example, I'll just quickly duplicate the layer, Control J, and, go to image and add an auto tone. Similarly, I'll go back, duplicate the layer, Control J, go to image, add auto contrast. Now, I've done these steps, I'm just repeating them. Control J, go up here, image, auto, color, right? Okay, I did these three. Now I feel which one looks best. So suppose according to me, auto color looks best. I should eye off auto tone and auto contrast and keep auto color on. Now this is my auto color image, layer which is on. Now I need to save this file. So I can go file, go save as. File, save as. If you want the file to be saved as an individual, layer by layer, I want to save it layer by layer, then I need to save it as a Photoshop file. Okay, if I need the image to be saved layer, all layers have to be saved. Then I have to save it as a Photoshop file. If I want to merge it and send it to somebody, I might prefer to save it as a JPEG file format. So use a JPEG file format if you want to change the settings such that I want to merge the layers together. So to merge all layers together and to send it forward to somebody, we can't directly choose the option for auto tone. Palak, you can, but then it will get modified on the background image. Then you will not be able to see with or without the effect how it looks. If you're sure that I want to directly do auto tone, I don't want to look at auto color, auto contrast, then you can directly do it on the background layer. But then it's a good idea to keep it on a separate layer so that you can visibility on off it and check which one is looking best. Okay, so you can choose JPEG file format as I mentioned to merge the layers together. So I save it as JPEG and click on save. Now here you will find image options. While saving the image, how exactly do you want it to be? So as of normal, it's saying 8 is the quality you should keep. Highest quality that you can keep is 12, but the higher the quality, the larger will be the file size. So if you want to send it forward to somebody, you don't want a very high size, you can reduce the quality of the size. So I can make this a small file. So 0 is the lowest quality and you'll find the file size is less. However, if you keep it at 0 quality, you'll be able to see the image color doesn't look good. Okay, the image color will look very distorted if in case you're using very low quality. If I increase the quality a little bit, you'll find enhancement in the image. Okay, so you prefer to keep a medium size quality. Usually somewhere around 8 or 9 is good quality. Okay, also you have your options like low, medium, high, maximum. So you can choose which kind of image style do you want to keep your image in. So I'll keep it as high quality right now. I'll just click OK. So automatically that effect style will get saved here. Okay, so I have saved it on my desktop screen. I'll just share my desktop screen as well. Just give me 1 second. I'll go to new share and I'll share my entire screen. So here is my file here. So what I can do is I can quickly open this on any other software or share it with anybody if I want to share it. Okay, so I can open it and show it to you. This will open in normal photos and this will be the enhanced image. Okay, that you have created. So the earlier image which you had created was a normal image and this will be the enhanced version of the image. Yeah, Ushma, it's very simple. If you want to check on the differences between eye off and eye on, here is an option for eye. Can you see this option, eye option, which is present in front of the layer? The one which is eye open now, that is a visible layer. That is what you can see on the screen. Okay, I might want to off this eye to see the background layer. Okay, Ushma, and suppose if I want to check out with some other layer, I will eye on that layer. So that layer is on right now. And if I close the eye, so the eye is not visible, that means the background layer, whichever eye is on, that layer is visible. Okay. If there are two layers whose eye are on, Ushma, then the one on the top will be visible. Okay. So it's a good habit. Suppose if there are three layers. Okay. And I want to see another effect of another layer. What will I do is I'll quickly drag this layer on the top. What did I do? I dragged the layer on the top to see this color on the top or this layer on the top. Okay, there are 2-3 layers. If I want to put something on the top of something else, I can use that option. Okay, I'll give you a very simple idea. If you want to understand layers much better, what you can do is you can simply create small shapes up here. You have shapes here. Okay, I'm not sure whether you are aware of this. There is a shape section here where what you can do, you can simply set up, suppose this is a shape. You can see a shape, black color shape which is created. Okay, I might just change it to say red color. You can see this red color shape which I've created, right? Okay, now what will I do? I'll add another shape of a different color. So let's say for example here is another shape and I'll change this color to say for example blue for our understanding. So there's a red color shape and blue color shape. Now if you can see blue color is on the top, red color is below, right? Okay, so what am I doing is I might move the blue color down. If I want the red color on the top, I'll move the blue color down and you can see red is on the top and blue is behind. Right? Okay, so this is very simple concept to understand layers. You can drag the one that you want on the top on the layers panel, just drag and drop it on the top. So that one will come on the top. And if you say the rectangle one, it's below. Right? Rupal, you're asking me why can't we use all the three like auto tone, auto contrast, and auto color? You are using all the three, Rupal, but what is happening is the one that you've used on the top will be shown. On the same layer, you can do auto tone, auto contrast, and auto color, all the three also. All the three have a different meaning. You have to choose which one looks best on your image. Yeah. So it's like if you want to individually color boost, you will go for auto contrast. If you want to color boost on overall, you can go for auto tone, like that. It's different for different sections. I can say it that way. Auto color, if you want to neutralize the colors which are there, you can use auto color like that. Right? Okay, and then once you're done with all the work, if you want to save the work, you go file, you go save as, and you select the style in which you want to save. Now, task for you guys, what you need to do is you have to open my files practice, which is the flower image which I showed you right now. In your resources file, you will find my file practice, okay, my layers practice, which is your. Let me just quickly show it to you so that you're not confused. This is the image, okay, this is the image. What I want you to do with this image, can't we set the tone or contrast manually? Bhumika, I'll do it in the next class. I'll show you how to set it manually also. You'll understand that when I teach you something called as levels. Okay, Bhumika. So yeah, what I was saying is, if this is the image, I want you to try out auto tone, auto color, auto contrast, all the three of them. Decide which one looks best and save that JPEG file and send it to me on my email. This is your short practice that you need to do. Okay, my email ID, I'm just noting it down for you guys. This is my email ID. What I need you to do is basically I want you to try auto tone, auto contrast, auto color on this image. Look at which one looks best. Save that file as a JPEG file and send it to me on my email ID. Okay, this is a short assignment that I want everybody to do. I hope I'll be able to get files here. And I'll also help you out in case if you are stuck somewhere, you can just write down a mail to me. I will surely revert back. Are we clear? Is there any doubt? Okay, so I'll stop here for today. I've just done very basics of what is layers, what is channels, and three main magic tools of Photoshop. Almost all images will have this points. Okay, fine. The remaining files which are also there on your resources section, I'll be also touching upon them on Saturday. So I have just written it down. Anugrah, just give me a second. It's Dharti.Narvani at hrcollege.edu. That's my ID. Just give me a second. I'll re-note it down for you guys. That's my email ID. You can email me the file up here, so I'll check it and I'll get back to you. In case if you guys are actually practicing Photoshop, otherwise also probably maybe using YouTube videos or something like that, then what you can do is maybe whatever your work is, whatever you've practiced, or if you worked on your portfolio, you've thought of something, you want to mail it to me, feel free to do that. But just make sure you're writing down your name and that you are from SYBMM, so I would know. Cool. So that's it from my side for today. We'll stop here. And yeah, okay, and we'll see you on Saturday. Preferably on Saturday, I'll be able to take a little more time with you guys because it becomes a little difficult for me to cover up a topic practical as this within 40 minutes. So let me see what I can do. If I can extend the time a little bit on Saturday, I'll do that. Yeah, all right, so see you all next class. Thank you so much. Bye bye.